Hey guys, project-zodiac here. I'm back with another video, and this is my fourth Lilo and Stitch movie review. In anticipation for the new release of the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie adaptation, which I'm super excited for. So, with all of that said, let's just go straight into it. This is going to be a very interesting one. The reason why I say that is because I haven't actually seen this one before. I originally thought that Sparky from Stitch the movie was Leroy, so I thought it was something from this movie, but I guess it wasn't. So I do remember seeing like pictures of the movie, like the poster and things like that. I remember seeing like Stitch's collar. I never really liked Stitch's collar when I saw pictures of it, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So I thought I seen this movie, but I guess I didn't. Or if I did, it was maybe once and I really just don't remember. Because watching it again now, I feel like there are parts where I'm like, maybe I seen this, and then other parts where it's like, yeah, no, I most likely probably didn't. Maybe it was on TV and I was like asleep throughout and woke up or something. I don't know. So yeah, there's parts of it that it seems familiar, and then there's parts of it where I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never seen this one before. So again, it was interesting for me to watch this one. So um, for those of you that just wants to know my quick thoughts on the movie itself, it's really good. It's a fantastic, like, just such a fantastic finale for the Lilo and Stitch series as a whole, and I loved it. It was really really good. It's not my favorite, uh, but it still has the essence of the series, and it's just so good. It's yeah. So I would say my ranking for the Lilo and Stitch series would be the first one, and then Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch, and then Leroy and Stitch is actually very close with that one, and then Stitch the movie. But again, they're all fantastic movies. So that's my quick summary on it. It's a fantastic ending to the series, so I loved it a lot. Now, going on with my in depth thoughts on this movie. So, the animation is thankfully much better than Stitch the movie. It still is not as good as the Lilo and Stitch 1 and Stitch 2, uh, but it's at least better than Stitch the movie. So, I really like that. I also really like the concept about it because where Stitch the movie was designed as a pilot movie kind of thing for the show, this is kind of designed as like the movie ending for the show. But the show is canon to the series, and it's one of those things. It's like, oh, now I gotta sit through 62 episodes of something to see that story, and it's not that it'll be bad. It's just like why didn't they just make a movie showing all those things. Because again, as I said in the last review, I really liked the show. I didn't watch all of it when I was little, but I did watch many episodes and I always really enjoyed it. So, but someone who wasn't aware that, like, if someone isn't aware that there was a TV show for Lilo and Stitch that talks about capturing all the other experiments, they would probably be a little bit confused depending on how this movie would have been handled. So the way that the last movie ends, they kind of just go and say like, all right, our goal now is to capture all of the experiments. So you know what the show will be about, you know what they're going to be doing. It's just going to be like random episodes of them capturing different experiments. And then you have this movie, Leroy and Stitch, which is supposed to be like the ending of the series, which um, kind of like shows everybody already being captured and people in their right place and Lilo and Stitch being celebrated. So it was very interesting because I feel like they handled that so good because it doesn't make you feel like you have to watch the show, because you know that if you watch the show you're gonna have more Lilo and Stitch and more fun, but you're okay if you don't, because it feels like it was just a proper movie sequel. It just feels like that they had this adventure off screen and now we're focusing on the aftermath of that, and the way that it's built up is done really well. So yeah, it doesn't feel like you need to watch the show because they kind of just explain it at the very beginning. Like the beginning is them celebrating all the experiments being captured. So the way that the last movie Stitch the movie ends and the way that this one begins are really like mirrors of each other. One, they're going off to capture all of the aliens, and then this one, it starts with all the aliens being captured, and them celebrating it. So I thought it was really good, and they explained that it's been 3 years since that last movie. So yeah, the way that they handled it was just really good. So it doesn't feel like you have to watch the show, because they kind of just explain it, and it just feels like a natural follow up to the other movie. Honestly, you might not, it's alright if you didn't even know there was a show, because you really won't feel like there's anything missing. And I think that that's when some expanded media is done really well. Um, so I really loved that concept of this. I also really loved just the concept of family, because that's the whole theme about the entire Lilo and Stitch series is family. The first one is, finding your family, either blood or not blood or both all together. And then the second one is learning to be yourself and knowing that you have your limitations, but it's okay, because those that love you will still love you and work with you through those things to make you stay better, to keep progressing your improvement. That's what the second one's about, to keep progressing with your improvement, and people knowing that they still love you even if you show your negative stuff a little bit too. And then the third one was more about wanting to find people like you and add them to your family, um, and because of feeling isolated even from within your family, and wanting to feel connected. um, and so this one though is more about chasing dreams and your family supporting you with those dreams, but also you seeing that in the end everything that comes down to is family, and it's those that, and again, that's blood, not blood, and a mixture of all of them. So those that are your family, like your best friends, your actual relatives, you know those that you're close with, all of those your family, um, and knowing that they'll support your dreams, but also knowing that in the end, no matter what with your dreams, no matter what with things in life or things with how you are as a person or anything, your family is always there, and they always want to support you. And realizing that yourself, like kind of saying like, oh yeah, I'm in this thing that I always wanted, but I miss my family, and I want to spend more time with them. So that's the thing. It's the message with this one is being supported by your family to chase your dreams, but you also realizing that your dreams can be achieved and you can definitely have them. But don't forget that your family, you are gonna miss them too. So that you need to sometimes make some sacrifices in order to be with the family and those loved ones, and also sometimes you need to balance them with the two. Like balancing your dreams with your family, and I think that that message is really, really beautifully told. And yeah, watching these movies back to back, like they have such a beautiful message, and I think like people don't really talk about that at all from the videos and stuff online about Lilo and Stitch. So I thought that this was really, really well done and beautiful, and I think that it handled it really well. And what I'm talking about really is just Jumba getting his lab again, Pleakley being told that he's gonna be, like someone in a college to teach lessons about Earth, and then Stitch being a commander of Starfleet, um, and then Lilo is just home, and they all first say, no, it's alright, we want to stay on Earth, because they see that Lilo is sad, and then Lilo is like, no, you guys really want to chase your dreams, go. So then they go, but then they end up missing Lilo, so they say, you know what, yeah, it's okay, honestly, the best thing for us is staying with Lilo. Because then Jumba saw that he has his lab, even if it's not the biggest lab ever. Pleakley saw that, yeah, he likes teaching, but he loves learning about Earth. So he'd rather be on Earth. And then he misses Jumba too, and he misses Lilo and everyone else. And then Stitch just misses Lilo. Like, it's Lilo, So, and Lilo missed all of them. So it was so nice for them to see that everything that they have, um, they saw everything that their dreams they already had with Lilo, and I thought that that was beautiful. So they were like, yeah, we have all of these things already. We don't need the fancy version of those things because what we have is the wholesome and loving version, and that's the most important thing, and it's the most fulfilling thing. And I think that that's beautiful. So yeah, I thought that the message for this movie was fantastic, and it's also about like no matter what, your family, meaning all of your loved ones, will be there supporting you. um, Again, I know that families can be very complicated, but generally speaking, the family will be there supporting you. And again, family includes relatives and those that are your friend that are very close, that you consider family. So I thought that that was very, very beautiful. And the fact that we had um, Dr. Hamsterville back. He was a bit annoying again. He's not. I really think he's the worst part of this series as a whole. Uh, but it was interesting to at least get some more background on him and Jumba. It was nice to see Guntu again and how he decides to like join Lilo's family as well. I thought that that was really cool. Even Myrtle, when she finds out that her dog is an alien, and then she's like, "Yeah, you're weird, but my dog is an alien now, and she wants to be part of the family photo, so I'm here." So it's also like that. It's like not everyone in the family gets along, but I mean, you kind of when it's family, you know you can sometimes put your differences aside, even if it's for like a family photo, So I thought that that was really nice. And the evil clone for Stitch, which I thought it was funny because Stitch is Experiment 626, and I guess in the show they made Experiment 627 because in the movie Leroy and Stitch, Juba says, "Oh, why don't you just call Leroy Experiment 627?" And then Hamsterville was like, "You've already made that." And then Juba's like, "I did?" So I thought it was really funny. And then I looked it up, and yeah, I guess he does that throughout in the show. And I guess there was also an Experiment 628 from when I was researching Experiment 627. But I guess that we never really saw what Experiment 628 looks like. So Leroy is Experiment 629. Um, and I guess there was also an Experiment Zero too, which makes sense. But that was also in the show. But yeah, it was just really cool. I think that that was like experiment. So I think like the biggest complaint that I have with this one is really they could have just explained Leroy's number a little bit better because if he's not 627, so the way that they say it in this movie, it makes you think that he's Experiment 628, but he's not because 628 was in the show. So I wish that they just told him like, oh, then why don't I call him Experiment 628? And then Hamster was saying, no, you already made one too. And it's like, oh, I did? They could have just done that again, and just left it as it is. Um, so, and then like just explaining, like, yeah, this is your 629th experiment. So I thought that they could have just added that. Again, Hamsterville, worst part of the movie. And everything else though was really sweet. As I had mentioned, I had complaints with Stitch's collar necklace, the dog tag thing, because I only mostly saw it through pictures, and the pictures for it just makes it look really bad. But seeing it in the movie, it's so cute and it works so well with Stitch. Like that collar needs to stay on the stage. It's so good. So like actually seeing it in movement and everything, like it works so well with Stitch, and I love it. So I'm glad that they gave him a little something there, and it was sweet too. And yeah, I think that overall, the movie does a fantastic job in, like seeing all of those things that I talked about. It's just so heartwarming and nice, um, and like the just yeah, it's just so cool. And also, I guess my other complaint is like Leroy is supposed to be an evil version of Stitch, and I guess they make many, like hundreds of clones of Leroy. But I kind of wish we got to see more of what the clones do because it kind of seems super fast and they just kind of take over everything. So I think that that needed some work for sure. But other than that, everything else with the movie was just really fun, really nice. And The fact that at the end, every all of the experiments are together and ready to start fighting. All of the clones of Leroy, I thought that that was really really cool, and it was just awesome. It was like a big cinematic event to finish off the series. Um, and then obviously the ending photo with everyone together, I thought was super nice. So yeah, overall, like this movie was good. It was so cute. It was so heartwarming, and it was a fantastic series finale to the Lilo and Stitch series as a whole, like all the movies and the show. So I think it was like a perfect ending for it, and it really fit on the themes of love and home. I also like that, you know, now that we've had two movies back to back where Stitch is nice, is he's good. Um, you know, in this one you kind of see that little bit of mischievous in him. Especially when he sees the big red battleship, and then he becomes the captain for it and he goes there. It's like, yep, Stitch is good, but he's still Stitch in there. You know, like you can tell that he's ready to like cause some kind of mischief. So he activates the hyperdrive inside of the dock, and even his crew is like, "Are you sure you want to do that? Like we're inside of the dock." And Stitch is, yeah, and then he just goes in, just shoots into hyperspace inside of the dock, and yeah, so it was nice seeing like a good Stitch having his little mischievous little moments over there, but he's not doing it because of evil. It's just him being crazy hyper Stitch that we love, but in a good, excited way instead of an evil way. So it was nice to see that. But yeah, overall, this movie is just so sweet. It's a fantastic ending to the Lilo and Stitch series as a whole. And really, these all these movies have such a beautiful message about family and being yourself. So I loved it so much. And yeah, I'm just so excited now to see the live action movie, seeing what differences they have, what new things they'll have. I think it's going to be really, really cool and really fun. So I'm super excited for it. But that's it for this review, guys. Please let me know what you think about this movie or any of the Lilo and Stitch movies. Let me know what you think about the upcoming movie that's coming out next month. And also just let me know what you think about the series as a whole. But with all that said, guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good night, everyone.